It's 2 a.m. You're in bed, eyes closed, almost there. And then it hits. A memory, completely uninvited. Something you said at a party 3 years ago. A conversation that ended wrong. A moment so embarrassing you physically cringe in the dark. Why is your brain doing this? Why now? Why, of all times, at 2 in the morning? You're not broken. You're not overthinking. Your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. In this video, we're going to look at the neuroscience behind those midnight memory loops, what triggers them, why they feel so viscerally intense, and what that mechanism is actually trying to accomplish. The answer, I promise, will change how you feel about those moments. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain at 2 a.m. When you're not focused on a task, when there's nothing urgent demanding your attention, a specific network of brain regions quietly switches on. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network, or DMN. Think of it as your brain's background browser tab, the one that's always running, even when you're not looking at it. The DMN handles self-reflection, social thinking, and memory consolidation. It's the part of your brain that asks, who am I? What happened today? What does it all mean? And it loves the quiet of nighttime to do this work. But here's the real question. Why does your brain choose those memories? The cringeworthy ones, the failures, the things you wish you could unsay. Why not the good stuff? It comes down to how your brain tags memories with emotional weight. Your amygdala, the brain's emotion processing center, acts like a highlighter pen. The more emotionally charged a memory is, the brighter it gets flagged. The brighter the flag, the more likely the DMN is to pull it up for review. Embarrassment is one of the most emotionally charged social emotions we have. So those memories, they glow the brightest. And why specifically at night? Because during the day, your brain is busy. Emails, conversations, decisions, notifications. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational, task-focused part of your brain, is dominant. It suppresses the DMN. But when the lights go off and the world goes quiet, the DMN finally gets the floor. It's like a radio signal that was always there. You just couldn't hear it over the daytime static. At 2 a.m., the static clears. And suddenly, that memory from years ago is coming in loud and clear. Here's what makes this genuinely fascinating. Your brain isn't replaying those memories to torture you. It's doing something far more purposeful. Social calibration. Humans are deeply social creatures. For hundreds of thousands of years, our survival depended on belonging to a group. Being rejected, humiliated, or seen as incompetent was a genuine survival threat, not a metaphor, a real one. In other words, your brain treats social failure almost like physical danger, and it revisits those moments to ask, what went wrong? How do I make sure that never happens again? There's one more piece to this, the Zeigarnik Effect. Psychologist Zeigarnik discovered that our brains cling to unfinished, unresolved situations far more stubbornly than ones that feel complete. Think about it. Every memory that still makes you cringe is almost always one that felt unresolved. Something you wish you'd handled differently, said differently, walked away from differently. Your brain keeps replaying it because, in its own logic, the file is still open. It hasn't found a conclusion it's satisfied with. And notice something. When that memory hits, you don't just think it, you feel it. Shoulders tense. You might make a sound. You pull the covers up. That's because emotional memories are stored with somatic markers, physical sensations woven into the memory itself. The embarrassment your body felt in that original moment gets re-experienced alongside the memory. For your nervous system, the past is still very much real. Here's the reframe. Your brain is not punishing you. It's not being cruel. It's running a protection protocol. Every time it replays that memory, it's asking, did I learn from this? Have I updated how I handle this kind of situation? Am I better prepared? The discomfort you feel isn't evidence of failure. It's evidence that you care about how you treat people, about how you show up in the world. People who feel no embarrassment from past mistakes aren't more confident. They've simply stopped paying attention. So, what do you actually do when it happens? Give your brain what it's asking for, a conclusion. Instead of pushing the memory away, which only makes it louder, briefly acknowledge it. Yes, I handled that badly. Here's what I do differently. Then consciously let it go. You're not suppressing it. You're closing the file, telling your brain, processed, done, move on. And one more thing worth saying. Research on self-compassion, led by psychologist Kristen Neff at UT Austin, shows that treating yourself with kindness after mistakes actually accelerates learning and reduces the frequency of intrusive memory loops. Being hard on yourself doesn't make you smarter. It just keeps the file open longer. That's not weakness. That's neuroscience. Next time, it's 2 a.m. and your brain pulls up something you'd rather forget? Pause. That's not cruelty. That's care. Acknowledge it. Learn from it. Close the file. The most embarrassing moments of your life aren't proof that you failed. They're proof that you were paying attention.